Is your relationship riddled with paper cuts? Keep watching. Hi, I'm Francesca. Welcome to my channel. I'm a love, dating, and relationships coach. And today I want to discuss paper cuts and how paper cuts are the sneaky, slow build relationship killer. And what are paper cuts? Well, paper cuts, it's a metaphor for all those mean little things that you say, the unkind words, sometimes harsh, sometimes passive aggressive. We can use sarcasm a lot. And also the little things that we do. So because they're little and seem innocuous, they're referred to as a paper cut. So nobody, to my knowledge, died from a paper cut. A paper cut's just, it's annoying and you really only notice it like if you hit it a certain way, etc. But imagine 50,000 paper cuts. You could be bleeding quite profusely. And so it's those paper cuts that add up that eventually kill the relationship. And how do they do that? Well, think about when somebody has said something harsh to you, even if they said something wrong or they laughed about it, it was still probably took you back, right? It was like, what? Oh, so imagine over time, what that does is that causes the person to then retreat. They stop feeling safe. They don't want to share. They start putting up walls. And once all that happens, the relationship is going to be over. It's just a matter of time as to when it's officially over. And so it's these little insidious things that are said. And many times they're also said in anger or irritation. Maybe, your partner has a tendency to arrive late. And so you're waiting and then late again, and you're angry because you're tired and you're this. And so you put that little zinger, that little paper cut. So before you do that, and this is, once again, it's all about awareness. And so just be aware. Have you done those things, or does your partner do those things? And so if you are guilty, we're all guilty of those things. We've all done them, right, in the past. So moving forward, now that you're aware, take a deep breath. We don't want to lash out in anger or irritation. So the first question to ask yourself, is this kind? Like, does this really need to be said? Right? Or does this need to be said in that way? And then the second question to ask is, does this support the highest good of the relationship? Well, we already know the answer to that as to what we just looked at, right? And so there are ways to talk about any of those things that might be irritating you with your partner. And some things are just silly and you can let go of, and other things may require a deeper conversation about. And perhaps I'll just go with the late thing because I use that as an example. So many times people that are late, they know they're late. And most people that I know that have that challenge do try to fix it. They try different techniques to get them to be on time. So if your partner struggles with that, you could encourage them and support them to find ways to shift the always being late challenge. And you can also say to them, because they may not realize how irritating that may be to you. And it may be irritating to you because you view it as a lack of respect for your time. And so then it's disrespect. So then you feel irritated because you feel disrespected. So then you're going to put that zinger out because you feel justified because they were disrespectful to you. So now you can do it to them. Do you see how this works? Do you see how this begins to snowball and the paper cuts start to add up? And like I said, at first, super sneaky. You may not even realize it because you hear it all the time. People do it all the time. We see it on TV and movies all the time. All these little zing, 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 zingity zings. And it's not healthy. There are other ways to do it. And so it's okay if you weren't aware. And now that you're aware, you can choose differently. That's the beauty, is that every day you can choose differently. Heck, even from hour to hour, you can choose how you act and react differently. Beautiful, right? So, do you have paper cuts in your relationship? I would love to help you shift those and get you back on track. It is my passion, my mastery. I have a gift of seeing all the different things in relationship, looking at what's going on with an individual and with a couple and helping them shift the things that they would like to shift so that they can either call in an appropriate beloved partner or get that spark back in the relationship and or maintain. So I hope that this was helpful. I enjoy obviously talking about all things love, dating, and relationships. And like I said, awareness is key. So before the zinger comes out, before the irritation, before the paper cut, take a deep breath. Also calms your parasympathetic system. Maybe take 3 deep breaths and then think, is this kind? Is this in the highest good of the relationship? So many, many blessings. And until next time, more love vibes to come. Ciao.